So one thing that I think might actually be interesting is we might have a lot of smaller players this year. If you are 6 foot or under, you get a massive speed boost. You have access to higher ball handling ratings as well as like 3-point ratings. So a lot of people might gravitate toward that direction this year. Having said that, in our online test here internally, we've got a guy who plays as like a
Nightfall in the Windy City with the Willis Tower and the rest of downtown Chicago lighting up the sky. Hello and thanks for joining us on Noche La NBA, the NBA's celebration of Latin heritage, both among its players and fans. This is Kevin Harlan, and beside me, Craig Anthony and Steve Smith. David Aldridge joins us on the sideline. So the Nets starting 5. Junior's out there with Durant, then it's Robinson, then there's Irving, and it's Harden in at the 2. And for the Bulls, Dunn and Levine are the guard set. Young out there with Markkanen, and it's Williams at the 3 spot. And now that we have some time away from it, Steve, how strange and wild were the NBA playoffs in the bubble?
You know, Kevin, having players see each other in hallways while going to battle later that night was definitely different.
That was something else!
The creativity, extreme athleticism. You see why Zach's won the dunk contest multiple times.
KD on the wing. Junior with it. Robinson left side. And looks like the illegal kick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet more set on that screen. Easy call.
So difficult to stay planted, especially with all the motion around you. Annoying turnover.
Williams dishes to Markkanen. Here's Levine. Nice defense from KD. And so it's Harden bringing it up for the Nets. They beat the Bulls during their last encounter in Chicago.
And bottom line, they found ways to score. Credit the game plan going in. It was right on the money.
They knew that the arena would be rocking. And if they could execute well on the offensive end, they knew they could quiet down this hot.
And how about just floating to the rim on that slam?
Boy, when he gets up, I mean, he gets up. Junior, and Junior throws it down.
There's an intensity to Junior's game that sometimes intimidates opponents. You can see it on their faces.
About a minute and a half through the first quarter. Levine against Harden. Got it. Nice one there from Levine. Levine's got his second basket of the night.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
No excuse. You have to be aware. He should be on your radar all the time.
And the shot goes in.
Well, this gives you some confidence when you drop 3 straight to start the game.
For Chicago, they've gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game.
And Kevin Durant, one of the greatest scorers to ever play. Not the most prolific scorer, but perhaps the most talented. He's dangerous from any part of the floor.
A lot of enthusiasm to the start of this game. So far, a perfect 4 for 4.
Pass to Levine. Young outside. Back to Levine. That's in, coming off the assist from Young. Levine's got his 3rd basket of the night right there. Greg, as scores go, Kevin Durant's as efficient as any.
I mean, Durant has an insane field goal percentage for the shots that he takes. I mean, when you factor in how many threes he puts up, it gets even more impressive. Durant takes so many shots where he's covered and is still efficient. It's just mind-blowing.
And the first time out of the game called for Chicago. And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Billy Donovan and I got a chance to talk for a little bit. We talked about the need to be tough with KD, physically and mentally. Coach said, we understand he's going to go on runs, even against tight defense. We can't get down on ourselves or start forcing things at the other end as a result. We'll see if they can maintain that even keel throughout the game. Kevin?
All right, David, thanks. Catching up on the changes for Chicago. Marion's checked in. Porter comes in for Lauri Markkanen. Brown, he's checked in for Levine. And it's White in for Chris Dunn.
And guys, guys, point of emphasis for the league is to really crack down on illegal screens.
Yes, the last few years, the rules changes have tended to benefit the offenses. This evens things out a bit.
The Nets shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game. That free throw good from Brown. And Brown drops them both. We've got 1:48 left to play here in the first. Brown the pass to White. Back to Brown. Over Harris. That one wide left.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
Guys, this offense very effective.
And guys, the defense has been no match. They've just picked them apart.
Inside. And Junior with the basket on the assist by Harris. Junior's got 8.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Brown the pass to Marion. Pass to White. Passes it to Brown. 5 on the clock. Off target from three-point range. Nets leading by 6. Irving up top, guarded by Marion. Irving passes to Cannon. Over Porter, and good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim.
That play is made because of Kyrie's vision and his willingness to share the basketball.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Woo, blown opportunity right there. Won't get many chances easier than that one.
And it's Harris off the drive. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. Bulls trail by 8. Williams kicks to Porter. White against Irving. Now White to end the drought. Cranes the three-pointer.
Kobe White making it rain from distance.
And so the first quarter is in the books. Nets lead by 5. From the United Center in Chicago. Back in a moment. And earlier we spoke with Kevin Durant about surviving the grind of an NBA season.
How can we be the best version of ourselves individually every day? And how can we bring that together to make a great group? And I think that's the focus every day. That's tough in itself. That's the pressure in itself, is the getting up and...
Well, Durant may not be the in-your-face type of player, Greg, but he gets the message across for sure.
He's not going to yell at you. He's going to show you how it's done. And
hey, swing on, man. Who got the ball?
The new group in for the Nets. Mitchell Robinson's checked in for Cantor. Kevin Durant comes in for Nicholas Claxton. Junior's checked in for Joe Harris. And James Harden subbed in for Landry Shamet. To the middle, here's Young, and Young slams it home.
Up in his playmaking skills, when Levine notices an open teammate, he whips the pass over.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Thanks, guys. Junior, in his last outing against the Bucks, put on a show. He scored 28 points, and he did a great job of letting the game come to him, connecting on a number of his shots. He really played a complete game out there. He just seemed to be in rhythm and always in the right place at the right time. Kevin?
Excellent, David. Thank you. Greg, how impressive was it watching him completely take over?
unstoppable. They won that game because of his effort and just his overall relentlessness.
That's what every player has control of, his level of activity. It allows you to impact the game even if the shot isn't falling.
You know, Greg, we know there's some power finishers in the NBA like Giannis Antetokounmpo, but he complains a lot that he needs to sell contact rather than muscle through it. How do you evaluate those kind of power finishers in the game?
Well, I mean, there's still power will always play a role, especially when you can add in quickness and athleticism. And I think you start right there with Giannis. I mean, he's kind of epitomizes that. LeBron obviously is still in that category. And a guy like Kawhi Leonard, he can send you into the stanchion when he gets going downhill as well.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Here's Junior, and foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And this is why you must clog the lanes. Once Junior spots one, he forces you to be aggressive defensively.
For Brooklyn, they have missed 2 free throws in the game, going 5 for 7. Some changes for Chicago. Marion's checked in, and it's Brown in for Otto Porter Jr. Brown, he's checked in for Brooklyn. Kyrie Irving comes in for Bruce Brown. Levine for 3. Left side, Brown. Chalk up 2 there.
Good heads-up basketball from Kobe. Spots a wide-open shooter and gets it to him.
Harden against Levine. 3-pointer. And James Harden hits from deep. Harden's got a couple of 3-pointers in the second for the Nets.
Playing at his tempo, his pace, he's been dialed in all night.
And out of bounds as the Nets gain possession.
That's what happens when nothing goes your way. You start to lose focus, and it makes matters worse.
Williams, he's checked in for the Bulls. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Durant finds Irving. Back to Durant. Lets the 3 fly. It's hauled in by the Bulls. They come into this having outplayed the Clippers last game.
Yeah, I think they prepared to face more defensive pressure, and that one didn't happen, and boy, they just rolled.
They came in focused and ready to play, and despite facing little resistance, they never pulled back.
Junior, and Junior throws it down.
Beautiful location on the pass, as usual. Led his man perfectly.
And so it's Brooklyn with a sizable lead as the quarter wraps up. They're ahead 16 points. Their strategy has been clear tonight. Work the ball inside, get shots in the paint, and now they are scoring with ease. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge standing by courtside. David.
Hey, Kevin, thanks. Hey, James, we know that scoring seems to come easy for you. How do you create that mentality out there?
Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway. There wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. An exceptional performance so far from James Harden.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
I think both sides probably adjusted a few things. The key for him is to bring the same level of energy over these last 2 quarters.
Dunn and Levine are the guard set. Williams is out there with Lauri Markkanen. And it's Young in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's Billy Donovan's 5 as we get going here in the second half.
What I like is when Chris Dunn keeps his poise, keeps his eyes up, good things happen.
Irving against Dunn. Irving kicks to KD. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. Irving's got 4 assists now tonight.
Yeah, that's too good a look to give him from behind the arc.
Durant against Levine. Markkanen from outside. It's hauled in by Kevin Durant.
And they've only got a slight edge on the boards, but it just feels a lot bigger.
And with Lauri Markkanen, the former 7th pick in the draft, you like him best when he's aggressive and looking for his own shot.
You're right, Chris. Greg, I like angry Larry Markkinen because he's dangerous when he has that type of mindset. He needs to have that mentality of a #1 option, even if he's not one. That's when he's the most impactful on the floor. And we've seen this before. Zach with the ability to put up points in bunches.
And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn. Ray, can you really compare players from completely different eras? I mean, people love to talk about the greatest of all time.
You know, Kev, some players do transcend eras. There's no doubt about that. Wilt's a great example, and there are many others. But in reality, to your point, the style and the way in which the game was played was so different that it isn't fair. I mean, all you can be is the best of your generation, or one of the best, and I think that should stand.
Chicago making a switch here. Brown's checked in. And then for Brooklyn, Brownie's checked in for Nicholas Claxton. Junior comes in for Harris. And it's Bruce Brown in for Landry Shamet. Brown the pass to White. Here's Williams. And the Bulls with another miss. Brooklyn with the ball. They're on an 11-1 run right now. And there's Brown. That's good on the assist by Irving. Irving's got his 7th assist in the game.
Man, I'll tell you, when you get your floater game going, it's a tremendous weapon.
Right side, White. Great positioning on the putback. Marion's got 7 points.
And that's a pure hustle play, getting to the offensive glass for the tip-in.
And that's the kind of quality you see in any strong offensive rebounder, isn't it? Irving surveying the floor. Here's Junior. Yes, once again, he remains perfect. 6 attempts and 6 hits.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Marion outside. Brown down low. Brown's there. Brown dishes to Williams. 4 on the clock. Here's White. No good on the triple. Well, through 3/4 of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. It's the Nets as they end the 3rd quarter on a 15-3 run. And we're coming right back. Be sure to stay with us as we get started for the 4th quarter. And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard, putting the pass right on the money.
Yeah, it's one thing to find the guy. It's another to deliver the ball where he can do something with it. Wonderful play.
And we reach the 4th quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. On the court for the Nets, getting the 4th quarter going. We've got Durant. Kyrie Irving is out there with Harden. Then it's Robinson, and it's Junior in at the 3 spot.
How do you stop that? You have to play KD for the drive, but then he just rises up like that, and there's nothing you can do to stop it.
Brown inside.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
The pass to Junior. With the floater. To the paint. And Junior throws it down.
It's so tough to keep up with Junior offensively, mainly because of his advanced feel for the game.
It's White on the wing, guarded by Harden. Pass to Dunn. Here's Young. That's in, coming off an assist from Dunn. Dunn's got his 5th assist in this one. Timeout called, the Nets. Well, players now, Steve, seem to have a lot more power to demand a trade. Talk about what that does for the future of small market teams.
You know, Kevin, I think, let's be honest, it makes it tougher for the small market teams. The one solution, I think, is if you have a team that is very close-knit, if you get the right superstar and he's happy, if you have a chance to maybe win a championship, that keeps those stars in place.
Catching up on the changes for Chicago. Williams comes in for Troy Brown, and Levine subbed in for White.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Dunn kicks to Levine. From the line, Harden grabs the miss. Harden's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Down low, Junior, and Junior throws it down.
And while his ability to score gets so much attention, Harden demonstrating why he's also regarded as an elite level passer.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Levine inside the three-point line. That shot is good. He has made 8 while missing only 4. That's 67% shooting. For Brooklyn, they've gone an outstanding 4 of 5 from the field in the 4th quarter so far. Harden outside. The feed now to Junior. And there's a whistle. That's going to go on James Harden. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. And a new group in for the Nets. Jones checked in for Robinson. Nicholas Claxton comes in for Kevin Durant. Harris is checked in for James Harden. And Landry Shamet subbed in for Kyrie Irving. Levine, good.
Great elevation, beautiful release point. The only person who can really stop Levine's jumper is himself.
Shamet, the pass to Jones. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. And that one's good, Junior.
And that's just cold-blooded right there. He's taking no prisoners.
Expanding upon this lead, trying to close it out. He's really stepped up.
1:57 left in the 4th quarter of this one. And Jones sends it back. And here is Shamet. Feeds it to Junior. Up and in on the layup. Junior's got 8 points in the quarter.
The contact can't phase Junior. He's used to playing that physical brand of basketball.
And the jam by Levine.
You know he's pulling his weight, but they still find themselves behind.
Pass to Claxton. He feeds it to Jones. To the inside. And Junior throws it down.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for Brooklyn.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And on the year, looking at their record, this game will make it 49 wins.
And they cap off the season series with one more win. It's been nothing but W's, 4 straight.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Junior.
I thought he did a good job of filling out the defense early on. Then once he found his groove, he stayed aggressive throughout.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw, no good. Troy Brown's checked in for Zach LaVine. And the Nets making a change here as well. Ben McLemore, he's checked in for Joe Harris. To the wing right side. Back to Shamet. He lobs up the alley-oop pass.
Yeah, they've sucked the energy out of this arena. Tremendous effort on the road.
And when you're on the road, you can't be tentative coming into a game like this. I thought their aggressive approach was the difference.
Brown feeling it out a bit. Off target with the free throw line, Jay.
Missed opportunity. It's a makeable shot for him. He just can't get it to go.
Claxton the pass to Junior. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Jones dishes to Junior. And Junior throws it down.
And it's just competing, you know, giving your best when it matters most.
It's called killer instinct. It's one thing to be close at the end. It's another to finish.
And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
That's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it, that's how to get it done on the road.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Steve Smith, Craig Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for tuning in. See you next time.